Hello you brainrot enjoyers and dopamine gamblers. Mahjong gozaimasu. Neldrin here, your philo, robot-voiced, YouTuber, and today we're dissecting the latest event, a dance for Amahara Above. Because something stealthier than a ninja, it's your luck when you actually need it. This event brings 6 new ships, a limited-time side game, and an event stage packed with farmable gear. It runs until October 2nd, so you've got time to farm and to roll for those event-exclusive ships, and snag the prized UR Rarity submarine, which is I-404, from the shop. Alright, here's what you'll want to do in this event. Grind event stages to earn points and unlock milestone rewards, including Taikaze. Complete missions to farm currency for purchasing I-404. Use specific ships in Phase 1 missions to unlock the event-exclusive portrait. Also, for the dorm designers out there, yep, there's a ninja castle theme available. Limited time only, so grab it, before it vanishes like your last 20 cubes. The event shop's got the usual suspects, so let's talk priorities. First, grab oil whenever you need it to keep farming those event stages. After that, make sure to grab the event limited item, as it may not come back again. Once that's secured, cognitive chips and arrays are a smart pick, especially if you're working on pushing your ships beyond level 100. Next up, augment modules. These are great if you're building out your gear sets. And like always, save enough event points for the event ship. In this event, it is a Sama. Just in case the banner or map decides to play hard to get. Got points left over? Spend them based on your needs. If you're just starting, make the tech boxes your top priority. They are a great investment since they'll give you solid equipment early on. As mentioned earlier, there are missions that reward special currency for buying the UR submarine I-404. Buying extra currency from the event shop isn't really worth it, unless you're aiming to grab additional copies of I-404 for future builds or collection flex. The minigame can feel daunting at first, so here's a quick walkthrough. First, repair your facilities. Then, in the Bolster Defenses menu, prioritize upgrading the Wealth Be With Us buff and your facility damage stat. These deliver far more punch than any recruited troop. Next, clear multiple enemy waves and claim the rewards. Use those prizes to fix the next set of facilities and boost facility damage again. Rinse and repeat until you've amassed an enormous cash pile, comparable to the income and kickbacks of contractors in the Philippines. Finally, spend any remaining upgrades on your other buffs, recruit your troops, and you'll have completed the mini-game. And if you haven't subscribed yet, here is the sign you are looking for to hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to like the video if you enjoy this kind of content, and leave a message in the comments section. Now, let's take a look at the ships for this event. Hakuho is an ultra-rare aircraft carrier. After her first limit break, her fighter slot changes and can be equipped with either a dive bomber or a torpedo bomber. There are 2 major mechanics in Hakuho's yellow skill, Sandalwood Right. First is the incense effect, which triggers when a Vanguard ship fires its main guns while Hakuho is afloat. That ship gets incense for 5 seconds, reducing the damage it takes and setting up the next part of the effect. Next is charcoal smoke, which activates when a ship with incense fires its main guns. The enemy hits get smoked, literally, for 5 seconds, and depending on the target's armor type, they either deal less damage to Hakuho or take more damage from her. It's a layered support debuff system that synergizes with your Vanguard ships. Her first red skill, Whisperot Augury, triggers off Sakura Empire allies, boosting her damage and launching a barrage while stealthily lowering your detection gauge. Great for staying hidden and hitting hard. The requirement is specific to the Sakura Empire ship and should have a lower cooldown than Hakuho to utilize this skill. Her second red skill, Smoldering Embrace, is pure gear synergy. Slot any Sakura Empire gear in her first slot to gain a flat aviation buff and trigger a brief burn on each aircraft hit. The gear of choice effects, which additional buff you'll receive. Torpedo bombers for a massive slot efficiency boost. Fighters or dive bombers for extra aviation stat. Hakuvu brings solid support to your vanguard while still packing a punch herself, thanks to layered self-buffs, enemy debuffs, and high stat scaling with strong gear efficiencies. I-404 is an ultra-rare subcarrier you can only obtain spending shop currency. She cannot be constructed in the shipyard. She's the second submarine carrier next to I-13. Her torpedo slots run at 140 and 135% efficiency, making her one of the hardest hitting subs. Her red skill, Brighten the Distant Skies, boosts all allied submarines' critical rate and adds an extra torpedo buff for Sakura Empire boats. Once per battle, after launching her seaplane strike, she surfaces for 3 seconds to recover oxygen before diving again. Her yellow skill, Dancer Upon the Waves, grants a flat 15% accuracy increase and lets you call in submarine support even when your subs are out of range. It also triggers a support torpedo attack that inflicts special burn damage, further amplifying her output. With high-efficiency torpedoes and dual-purpose support skills, I-404 excels in both raw damage and fleet-wide buffs. She's a standout pick for anyone building a Sakura Empire submarine squad and craving that perfect blend of firepower and tactical versatility. IJN Omi is the Sakura Empire's super-rare key-class battleship. A lyrical leviathan that turns every broadside into poetic devastation. Her red skill, Words Flow Like Wine, causes her to gain a stack of poetic inspiration every 6 seconds, up to a maximum of 5 stacks. Each stack boosts her main gun damage by 4%. At 5 stacks, she gains 20% crit rate, sets her secondary gun range and targeting to 95, and shortens her next main gun reload by 20% for the rest of the battle. Her yellow skill, Banquet of 100 Verses, starts in elegant and swap states each time she fires her main guns. In elegant, Omi and your vanguard gain 12% evasion and anti-air, then fire a special barrage that drops enemy accuracy by 15% for 10 seconds. Once she swaps into Besotted, they get 12% firepower and accuracy, followed by a barrage that cuts enemy firepower by 15% for 10 seconds. Umi's stats and skills combine into a self-sustaining powerhouse. Her poetic inspiration stacks and crit rate burst hit a crescendo in the late game, while the on-the-fly swap between defensive evasion and anti-air, switching to offensive firepower and accuracy barrages, keeps your fleet adaptable. Because her buffs and debuffs trigger automatically on cooldown, she needs zero micromanagement. Just deploy her with your best vanguard team and watch her poetry unfold across drawn-out engagements. If you value a battleship that ramps up over time and anchors your team with both punch and poise, Omi deserves a prime spot in your lineup. Asama is a super rare Sakura Empire heavy cruiser of the Ibuki class, balancing medium armor with impressive firepower, anti-air, and reload. Her red skill, Span of an Instant, unleashes a special barrage 10 seconds into battle and every 20 seconds thereafter. Whenever she fires her torpedoes, there's a 70% chance she immediately follows up with a special torpedo barrage. Her yellow skill, Momentary Bloom, grants Asama herself buffs to firepower, torpedo, and evasion. While she's afloat, all your other heavy cruisers gain boosts to torpedo power, torpedo crit rate, and speed. On paper, those extra barrages combined with torpedo-focused buffs promise a significant damage spike. In practice, though, a triple heavy cruiser setup falls short because most CAs have low base torpedo. However, the speed bump from Momentary Bloom makes her a strong pick when you're deciding on an additional heavy cruiser. Minasa is an elite Sendai-class light cruiser who mixes mid-tier offense with unpredictable support. She won't solo carry, but her random fleet-wide perks and extra salvos add a fun, clutch edge to any lineup. Think of her as a quirky wildcard rather than a go-to-heavy hitter. Taikaze is an elite Sakura Empire destroyer who brings ninja flair to the front line. With blistering speed and high evasion, she automatically cloaks the battlefield in smokescreens to boost your fleet's dodge rate and randomly spits out extra torpedo waves for surprise hits. Her standard salvo still lands reliably, but her real appeal is that hit and fade playstyle. She's a fun, stealthy sidekick rather than a core damage anchor. But to summarize, that A Dance for Amahara Above event features 2 UR ships, 1 constructible in the shipyard and 1 purchasable with special mission currency. 2 SR ships, each with its own niche. 2 elite ships. A minigame that can be completed in a single day. And the usual array of event shop items. I hope this event guide has been helpful. It's been a while, and there's so much I want to share. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell for upcoming videos. Here's hoping for the best, and see you next time.